Hi, geeks. This is Melissa Koschel from Chicago. When I'm not planning my next racecation to Walt Disney World, I'm listening to Geekin' with Curtis and the whole Geekin' family.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go geekin' on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican Pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Welcome home, Disney World geeks. This week on the show, we hear all about the new Toy Story Land from super geek Amberly Keach on episode 245 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your Geekin' Family Podfather, Curtis Stone, and we are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast, also featuring Mama, Auntie Judy, Soul Sister Holly, cousins Jen and EJ. Our Geekin' family will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions, as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. I'm so excited you're here with us, listening to our show. Geeky Disney people are awesome, and we consider you family, part of our Geekin' family. Join us every Monday as we share travel tips, resort reviews, and lots of food talk through our live trip reports, interviews with our Geekin' family about their trips, and special guest roundtables on fun Disney World topics from Geekin' family members all around the world. We take pride in the awesome and positive community in our Geekin' family, so come join us to share in our love for Walt Disney World and each other, and I bet you'll learn something to try on your next vacation. If you're listening to podcasts to plan your Disney vacation, listen to the end of the show, and I'll give you a free offer to get direct advice from our team of Disney travel experts. Hey geeks, this week on the show, we bring you another long trip report from our community. It's a super geeker, a new super geeker, and it's Amberly Keach. She's sharing her family trip, staying at the Dolphin and the Beach Club, a split stay. And boy, this show is packed with great resort details, food talk, of course, tips. And she was in Toy Story Land when it first opened. I'm so excited to learn all about Toy Story Land. Boy, Amberly can talk. And so much so that we chat for a couple hours, including there's some great bonus chat that comes after the music. But let's talk about the highlights, reviewing Amberly's 3 fun Walt Disney World facts that we do for our introductions. The Lion King, Be Our Guest, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, the Abracadabra Bar, including a Pepper's Ghost drink, and talk about her history with Disney World. She stays 9 nights split between the Dolphin and the Beach Club. Talk about the best features of these resorts, the restrictions and perks of not being in a Disney resort. That's the Dolphin is not technically a Disney resort. And we talk about making sure you close your door. Yes, I shared that in common with Amberly. How about the Beach Club? What about that pool over at the Beach Club? Disney is a feeling, isn't it? We have that conversation 2 weeks in a row. On the podcast, we have this debate on Ample Hill ice cream over beaches and cream. I try to find something with her that's negative about the Beach Club. I don't think we might have really tried to stretch it. Here comes the food talk, guys. Flying fish. And we learn that she's a scallop girl. And yachtsman, steak. Let's have some steaks over at the Yachtsman. Spice Road Table. I've been hearing a lot about Spice Road Table lately. I know on the Facebook Live, even Pat Kramer was telling me all about Spice Road Table. Amberly was there for the 4th of July fireworks. Booked that ADR so she could see the 4th of July fireworks from a great viewing perspective, which actually ended up not being that great. You'll hear her story on that. Great descriptions of the food choices. Yeah. Hey, it's great to be on a podcast when you can talk and describe things and tell stories. She does a great job. Ale and Compass was just fairly new over at the Yacht Club. We talk about some lounges, Wine Bar George, and some paddlefish, rooftop weirdness. Jock Lindsay's are one of our favorites, as well as 3 p.m. Nomad Lounge. That is a geekin' lounge and a great time to try out the Nomad Lounge. How about some Trader Sam's Tiki Terrace? Another one we love. And a wild cabbie ride. I think it was from the Polynesian over to the Contemporary, if I remember. A really short distance that she went. Then we start talking about Woody's Lunchbox for breakfast, Contempo Cafe. These are all some counter services we cover. The Cheshire Cat Tail for a treat. I am hearing lots of great things about that. Can't wait to try that for myself. The debate, Dole Whip versus Citrus Swirl. Frozen margarita and other frozen drink talk. First experiences, of course, Toy Story Land. She goes into great detail. How about some concerts? The Guardian of the Galaxy. That sounds great. She checked out the Voices of Liberty for the first time. The American Adventure Show. Trying out mobile ordering. And also we start getting into pixie dust stories. Surprise the kids with this trip. What's overrated? How about the monorail? And some of the problems that we've seen with the monorail. She did have one minivan Motley Crue issue. So actually, we've been getting great reports on the minivans, but here's one overrated story. Underrated. The mac and cheese in Animal Kingdom. The Yachtsman, the Beach Club pool is even underrated, even though it gets quite a lot of raves. Character meets, great character meets. And then we get into some of the tips. The 30-minute line rule. Minivan to Magic Kingdom actually is a tip. Be our guest breakfast. You can get there early to do some of the rides. There's no shade in Toy Story Land, so beware, be conscious of that. All 3 attractions are first tier fast passes at Toy Story Land. And then she actually finishes up with a story of her first time on the Tower of Terror. Get ready for a long, fun Trip Report Geeks with Amberly Keach chilling at some great Epcot resorts, the Dolphin and Beach Club. All right, I am really excited, as I always am. I guess I always say that, but this time it's for real because I'm going to hear all about Toy Story Land, and so are all you geeks. Let's bring on our guest. She cries every time she watches the Festival of the Lion King. We're going to unpack all of these. She'll eat breakfast every morning at Be Our Guest if it means she gets a ride on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train before the park opens, which is a Geek and Family favorite thing to do. And she can make a Pepper's ghost disappear at the Abracadabra bar. That one's hard to say, but I think I got it right.
You got it.
Please give a warm Geek and Family welcome to Amberly Keach. Hey, Amberly.
Hello. Hey, Kurt. Hello, geeks.
Yes. So I got to tell everybody, you got to say, hey, geeks, but you did it perfectly, Amberly.
Good.
I'm so glad we practiced, what was it, Friday night, I think, a couple of days ago to make sure all the technology's working and all the sound is going. And I have been looking forward to talking to you because you did Toy Story Land, didn't you?
I did. I did. Yeah. Day 2 that it was open.
All right. We're going to get into all that. Well, I got to ask you some questions. I love your intros. I love the 3 fun facts that you gave me. And so Festival of Lion King, do you know why it makes you cry?
I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense. And honestly, that's the first time I've ever told anyone that. So I hope the geeks can keep a secret. My husband doesn't even know that.
I won't tell anybody, Amberly.
Thank you. But no, I don't know. I think it's just the beauty of it, all the colors. I love the bird dance. It's so beautiful. I don't know. I just tear up.
Lindsay would love to hear that. That's her favorite. Actually, I think Auntie Judy's favorite too is the Festival of Lion King. So there you go. So now, Be Our Guest, Seven Door. You got to do you like Be Our Guest for breakfast?
No, not really. If I'm being honest, it is totally. We buy one kid's meal. We have two. It's me and my husband and my two kids.
Yeah.
We'll purchase one $14 kids meal. We get the plate of pastries. We may eat them, we may not, but we're just there going, hurry up, let's go.
Well, that is a big favorite. I know of a lot of our listeners and guests that come on the show. How come you're not a big fan of Be Our Guest breakfast?
It's fine. It's just, I think, a little overpriced and for what you get. And I don't know. It's okay. It's just not my favorite.
But do you love the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train?
We love the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. That's a family favorite.
How old are your kids, Amberly?
6 and 10. My daughter is 6 and my son is 10.
Oh, perfect ages. That's a perfect ride for them, right?
Oh, yes. That's one of the first roller coasters that my son would even get on. He's
Nice.
not really a thrill ride kind of kid. So
Yeah.
this is one he'll do.
That is a great thing about the Disney rides. I think so, for sure. And now, I know what Pepper's Ghost is, but you got to explain this. You can make Pepper's Ghost disappear at Abracadabra.
It is delicious and fantastic. And I am embarrassed a little bit to admit I had 3 on the last trip, so we didn't go this time. But we kind of sat out on the patio there at Abracadabra while the little kazoo man that does the boardwalk performance was performing.
Yeah.
And we sent the kids over. They were within, we could see them, but go sit and watch that guy. And so my husband and I sat out there and drank 3 each. And oh my gosh, they're just so good.
Well, a couple of questions. So you can sit outdoors at the Abracadabra on the boardwalk?
Yeah, they have a little patio outside. And I'm not even sure that you have to purchase anything from Abracadabra to sit there. I think anyone can sit there.
All right. I didn't remember that. And I didn't realize Pepper's Ghost was a drink. Of course, yes. I know of it from Haunted Mansion. One of my favorite things we ever did on a tour was see the back stage of Pepper's Ghost. Yeah, that was really cool. But so what's in this drink?
It is a martini style drink, and it is it's a little strong, but the best part is they put cracked black pepper on top. And my husband and I both love spicy anything. So it's just delicious.
So it's not vodka, is it gin martini?
I think it's a vodka martini because I'm not much of a gin person. So it had to be vodka for me to order it.
I gotcha. Mama I don't know if she'd like the pepper thing though. That's interesting. Yeah, pepper. That makes sense.
It's not overpowering, but it's a nice touch.
I got it. Excellent job with your fun facts, Amberly. Love it. So tell me, how long have you been a listener to the Geekin' podcast?
A really long time. I was trying to think about that today. I think I might have started listening back in 2015. So
wow, what year is this? 2018?
This is 2018, maybe the end of 2015.
Yeah, you've been a long time listener. It's so great to have you on as a guest. What took you so long?
I am just not the type of person to reach out for the spotlight to be on me. But if I'm asked, then of course I'll do anything to help out and share information.
Did I ask? I don't know. How'd you come to?
You did on Facebook. You kind of reached out to me, I think, via Messenger and said, "Hey, would you want to come on and talk about Toy Story Land?"
Well, I've seen you, right? You've been an active member of our Facebook group for so long. It's like, come on, Amberly. And plus, was it the Toy Story thing that put me over the edge? Probably.
Yes, it was. It was too much. It's like, oh gosh, she's there when it opened. I've got to talk to her. So
awesome. All right, what's your history with Walt Disney World?
I went twice as a kid, but I don't have many memories. I remember riding 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which I was kind of bummed when I found out that was gone when I took my kids.
Right.
But not a lot of strong memories as a kid. And then, I don't know, it was shortly after I had my daughter. We'd been through a lot of loss in our family and we were kind of going through a rough patch. And I said, let's just take the kids to Disney World. My daughter was 1 and my son was 5. And
nice.
Everything I read said, oh, wait until they're 5 so they can remember. But I chose to not do that. And I'm so glad that I did it. I'm so glad I took them when they were the ages they were, because now it's like a second home to them too. So we've been 8 times since 2013 was our first trip.
So you're one of those patient parents that can go when the kids are little.
Yes.
I've had this debate with EJ and Jennifer. We had this talk many podcasts ago. I was on the other side. I was like, I'm not bringing I have 3 kids and I said, we're not, both my wife and I. Well, you know why too, though? Because we had never been either, my wife and I, to Disney World. I think that it was special for us. And so we waited till they were. And so, I think there's both sides of that debate, isn't there?
There are. And well, you were outnumbered. We have one-on-one. So that does make a difference.
Oh,
let
me tell you, Amberly, I've given this when people tell me, oh, we've just had our second kid. I just, beginners. Wait till you have 3 is like over the top.
Yeah. I would have I toyed with the idea of a third. My husband is an only child. He was like, no, 2, we are done. 2, we can fit in a booth at 4, a family of 4. That's it. We're done.
Well, here's me doing an impression of myself when Mom told me we were going to have a third one. I was like, what? Huh? How did that happen?
What?
Was I there?
Yeah. Right. I was going to say, was I there? Yeah.
Something about New Year's Eve parties, but we won't go there. We're going to talk about Walt Disney World. And when did you go, Amberly?
This last trip, we arrived on June 30th and we left on July. I think we left on July 8th. It was a 9-day trip, so I keep wanting to say July 9th, but I think it was July 8th.
So this is really fresh. This is only the 16th as we record this of July.
Yeah. And I have to say that we were actually visiting my dad in South Florida from June 24th until June 30th. So we were actually in Florida for 15 days.
Oh, sweet. That is awesome. Was it warm in Florida?
It was. It was nice. June? It was nice. We got some beach time in. We did a water park. Yeah.
What beach did you go to?
Well, my dad lives in Port St. Lucie, so the beach nearest him is Jensen Beach. We did that one. And then we went a little further south to Stewart Beach.
Outstanding. All right. So we know you got a husband and 2 little guys. Gals. Mm-hmm. One little gal, one little guy.
Little gal, little guy.
And they love Disney World?
They love it.
How about How about your husband? Is he into it?
He loves it too.
Good.
He's not in love with the price tag, and it bothers him a little bit more than it does the rest of us. But he swallows it. He's okay with it once we're there. It's just
I know.
It's kind of funny how this trip came about because I think I had posted in the Facebook group after our last trip in September that he came in and said, "Okay, we are not doing Disney World in 2018. We can't do it. We're going to save some money."
Yeah.
I had an annual pass the year before, and we went 3 times on my annual pass.
Yeah.
And he said, "Nope, we're not renewing it." And we did it, and we're going to save some money, and we'll talk about it in 2019. And I was like, okay, we can do this. And so my dad was actually supposed to come to St. Louis here to our house to visit us, but he's had some medical problems and called me one day and said, I just can't. I don't think I can make that trip. And so we decided as a family we needed to go down to see him.
Yeah.
And my other 2 sisters joined in, said they were going to go down and see him too. And then over Easter, my 2 sisters and their family start saying, well, if we're in Florida, we should go to Disney World. And I kind of, did the sideways glance at my husband. I'm like, well, we can't. We're not doing it. I was steadfast. I said no.
Yeah.
And so during this time, he starts talking about, well, let's look into doing Disneyland. And I thought, okay, well, this is weird. So I start researching Disneyland. And after all of my research and I have the final numbers, I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. The very next day after I give him all this information, he says, well, it's kind of silly to go to Florida and not go to Disney World. And your sisters are going. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. But I was happy. I was happy about it. And I said, okay, let me just wrap my head around this and get some stuff together. It started out as a 4-day trip staying at Coronado Springs. And we ended up on a 9-day trip split between the Dolphin and the Beach Club.
And when was all this coming down? How long did you plan for this trip?
Well, we booked, Easter was on April 1st. So I think maybe mid-April.
Okay.
We started for a end of June, beginning of July trip. So that's short term for us.
So why'd you pick the Dolphin and the Beach Club? How'd that come out?
Well, we stayed at the Dolphin the last trip in September. We did a split stay between Boardwalk and the Dolphin, and we really liked it. It's not a Disney resort, but to get a deluxe level resort for such a substantial cost savings compared to the other Epcot resorts, it just made sense to us. We were willing to accept maybe a fewer of the Disney touches and amenities in order to get that much in cost savings.
So, we haven't talked much about the Dolphin. Of course, if you know my history, I've stayed there because I started going to Disney World because of a conference that was held between the Dolphin and the Swan. So I love this area. I love the Dolphin and the Swan. My company, actually, I won a trip and we stayed at the Swan one time when my kids came and my wife and stuff. And so tell me, what were the best features of the Dolphin?
obviously walking distance to Hollywood Studios and Epcot, or a boat ride. And just being on the lake there in the boardwalk area, you really, honestly, you're kind of right in the middle of everything. Even if you're not at a Disney-owned property, you still feel like you're at Disney. It's not that big of a sacrifice.
You wouldn't even know. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know the difference. I know.
No. The sacrifices we made were having to have a room key and not being able to open the door with our Magic Band. You can't charge on your Magic Band back to your room if you're in a Disney park or whatever. But other than that, and I don't think you can book a dining plan if you stay at the Dolphin, which isn't an issue for us because we never do a dining plan.
Okay, great.
So other than that, you still get extra magic hours. You still get to book your fast passes 60 days in advance. And those are the big ones for us. So that was okay.
Thank you for explaining all that. And how was the room?
The room was nice size. I think it's exactly the same size as the beach club room we stayed in because I did look it up.
Okay.
It has a nice desk area for if you do have to work, which my husband has had to work while he was there a couple of times. So that was nice.
Yeah.
Plenty of drawer space. The only negative to the room that is kind of a big negative for me is the room that the toilet and the shower is in is so incredibly small that you can't even open the door all the way without hitting the bathtub.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a little thing and you don't think it's a big deal until you're trying to wash your daughter's hair in the shower and the door keeps getting, it's just a whole thing. Or my son opens the door and bangs me in the back or something. So that did affect me a little bit. But other than that, the room was perfectly fine. I did have one thing that we've had 2 instances now where our room door, I don't know if it's an issue throughout the entire resort or if this has just been a coincidence both times. Our room door wouldn't seem to shut all the way unless you really forced it.
Yeah, okay.
So I heard you talking about, didn't it Bay Lake Tower, you had an issue where your door was open when you came back?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, that was
the same thing happened to us at the Dolphin.
Oh, and this was intentional. You know how they put that safety bar? That bar that you usually use to keep the door really locked? Well, sometimes they'll leave it there. Like if you want to go get ice or something, you put it there so the door doesn't lock or close behind you. That's how it was, propped open kind of. Okay,
gotcha. See, that wasn't the case. Our door would stick and you had to really grab the handle and pull it shut.
Or else it would be, unlocked basically, right? Yeah.
Right. So we came back from the parks one day and our door was ajar. Someone hadn't pulled it all the way shut.
Yeah.
So but we called down and we let them know. I said, I was nice about it. So I didn't want to get anybody in trouble, but just be aware that this door is not closing properly.
Yeah. Good advice for everybody. You never know.
You never know. Make sure that door's closed when you leave the room.
Okay. Did you guys enjoy the pool areas?
Yes, we did. The pool at the Dolphin is really, really nice. They have a really beautiful waterfall feature with seating underneath of it and kind of an alcove area out of the sun if you don't want to be out in the sun. They have 3 pools. The main pool is the one with the waterfall feature, and it has a nice water slide the kids really enjoyed. There are 2 other pools that are just basic pools, but they're all in really close proximity to each other. So you actually have to walk past the 2 kind of rectangular quieter pools, I guess you could say, to get to the main pool. One thing that we ran into was if you're staying at the Dolphin, you have to show your room key to get towels at the little cabana hut. As you walk out to the pool area, it's directly in front of you. But the past 2 times, the last time we stayed there, I didn't know that. So I had asked just one of the workers walking around the pool area, where are the towels? And so he was very accommodating and went and brought me back 4 towels. So I never even then knew where they came from. So I, this time, still didn't know where to get towels and finally asked someone and they said, you have to show your room key to the little cabana hut people. So I did and it was fine. But if you didn't know that, there's no really clear signage to point that out to you. And it was something that I would have liked to have known going out so I could have had them earlier.
Awesome. We were just talking about food over at Dolphin and Swan. What'd you think of the food choices, or did you eat in the resort at all?
We did. We between the 2 times we've been to the Dolphin now, we have eaten in we've eaten in the quick service restaurants. There's Todd English's Blue Zoo, which is the signature fancy restaurant that was a little bit too much for us with the kiddos. We do signature dining with the kids, but it just seemed really fancy. They've got the waterfall and the whole, I don't know. It just didn't seem like a good thing for us this time. And then there's a fresh Mediterranean market. We didn't try that one, but we did eat at the Fountain, which is diner style food. And that was okay. It was your typical diner food. Nothing really memorable stands out for me.
Right.
That was the last trip. They are supposed to have a peanut butter and jelly milkshake that rivals the one at Hollywood Studios.
Wow, that's pretty bragging.
Yeah, but I have tried neither as of yet, so I can't really comment on if that's true or not. The other kind of grab and go place is called Peekaboo, and it's late night. It's their kind of late night dining establishment, and it is fine. It is nothing exciting, but they have like a little taqueria where you can build your own tacos and nachos, and they have flatbreads and they have burgers. And
is that the one at the bottom of the stairs, Amberly?
Yes, they're both the Fountain and Peekaboo are on the bottom floor. I think you might be thinking of the Fountain is at the bottom of the stairs. To get to Peekaboo, you kind of have to, if you're facing the Fountain, you have to turn left and go down a long hallway and then make a right, and you'll run into it.
I gotcha. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Isn't it used to call Tubby's?
That I don't know.
I think it was Tubby's back in my day when I used to go there. Oh, great. So how is the transportation to all the parks? And
it's great. As I mentioned, we walk to Hollywood Studios because it's not a bad walk.
Right.
Epcot also isn't a bad walk or a boat ride. And then as far as buses, what we have found with the buses at the Dolphin is that they are far less crowded, we feel like, than other resorts. And I don't know if that's because it's a convention hotel and maybe there are more business people there than families who are not really using the buses.
Were there any conventions going on?
Yes, I saw a few people walking around with tags on in the lobby and in the hallways. I'm not sure how many, but I would say probably at least one or two were going on while we were there.
Yeah, probably not a big one like the ones I went to. You would know, like the backpacks, and that place can hold like 10,000 people.
It is a huge resort. I was actually, my son he's really big into numbers and knowing facts about things, and so. He was asking about the number of rooms at the Dolphin versus the Swan, and I looked it up, and I was surprised at how much smaller the Swan is than the Dolphin. It's substantially smaller.
Really? Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. I love them both, and one of my favorite resorts. I have my top three. Beach Club falls into my top three. So, had you stayed at the Beach Club before? I had. We stayed in October of 2015. Cool. And we had done a short 4-day trip down to do Mickey's Not So Scary back then, and it was one of those Octobers in Florida where it was actually kind of cool. Okay. So we didn't get a lot of use out of the pool. Okay. So I was excited to go back this time and just get full use of the pool, knowing it was going to be hot and we would need midday breaks every day. Amber, do they have a nice pool at the Beach Club? Yes, it is. So when I went in 2015, I had thought, okay, well, yeah, it's a sand bottom and the kids can play in the sand and this is fine, I guess. But it was so cold, we didn't really explore it. We just stayed in that one little shallow area. Yeah. Wow. I mean, wow. We did it all this time. Every single day, we spent a good chunk of our day in the pool midday. Oh, nice. And the kids must have loved it. It's like a water park, isn't it? It is. It is like a water park. I was really surprised the sand bottom is awesome and relaxing and great and fun. But then you go over, there's just kind of something for every age and every person. The lazy river is 7 or 8 feet deep, I think. Yeah. I didn't realize that. So you can actually they have floaties that you can float in it. The kids put on life jackets. So they had the deep area in the lazy river. The slide, you actually have to exit the pool and go across the walkway and climb up in the pirate boat and go down. Mm-hmm. And we probably went down that slide 25 times. I was gonna say, what was the kids' favorite thing about the pool? The slide, and my daughter would probably say the sand. She loved playing in the sand. The Hurricane Hannah's little beach bar there, they serve the kids' meals in little sand pails with sand shovels. Oh, so nice. Yeah, so if you eat lunch there, every kid gets their sand pail and their sand shovel, and so that was a big hit for her. And every day, got to take that pail and that shovel back to the pool. So how many pails and shovels do you have?
Only two.
Okay.
We only ate lunch there one day. So, and actually they didn't make it home with us. That was something that had to be sacrificed. So didn't make it into the bag.
You wrote something here. The casual vacation feel of the resort. Yes. Doesn't it? There is a feeling. Someone was writing in the Facebook group, I think, Disney is a feeling, isn't it, Amberly?
It is. It is. Yeah, and that's what I love about you walk into each resort has its own feeling. And my husband and I talked about this recently. We had the debate over our favorite resort.
And tell me.
His is the Polynesian, and mine is Bay Lake Tower.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's very close for me between the Poly and Bay Lake. But I said, I don't know. Bay Lake and the Contemporary just feel like home, whereas the Poly has this overwhelming vacation feel that I love too. You're on vacation when you step in there. But I don't know. The other place just feels homey.
No wonder you're attracted to our podcast, because you got some of the same likes here.
I know.
Mama would say the same thing. She loves Bay Lake Tower. She loves. You just sounded exactly like my wife.
Really?
When she says the same thing. Oh, she's a big fan of the Beach Club. When I used to go to the conference, she surprised me. Our kids were little, and she is, the mom. She was, when we had the third kid, she stayed home from work. I'd never forget. We were about to have the baby. She's like, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go back to work. And I looked at her, I go, I knew you weren't going to go back to work. With two kids, it was crazy. And she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but where was I going with this? I mean, she really loved those resorts. But when we went down, she said to me one day, are you going to go to the conference this year? I said, yeah, I think there's a good chance. She goes, I want to go. And I was like, you do? What are you going to do? What are we going to do with the kids?
Right.
They did stay with the grandparents, I know, the first few times, but yeah.
Yeah. So your first Disney trip was without kids?
Well, I went by myself to a conference. That was my very first time. No, the second time was with the kids. We went with the kids like 2 or 3 times before I ever took just mom to, she went with me to the conference.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like 4 times, but we stayed at the beach club. I want to say like 3 of those times. So we had a big affection for the beach club right away. How about the smell?
It's fantastic. I actually immediately came home, and one of the first things I did was look up Magic Candle Company and start looking for a beach club candle that I could burn in my house. I love the candles. I love the scents of the resorts and the rides and all of that. It kind of takes me back. So I love the scent, and I do the overall feel of the beach club when you walk in, and it probably struck me. This was the first time I'd noticed it. I guess probably because I had just come from the Dolphin, which has this amazing, grandiose lobby. You walk in and it's just wow. And they've just refurbished it, this huge light fixture. It's amazing and beautiful.
I agree.
And you walk into the beach club, and I was looking, and it just felt comfortable. Yep. Not that there was anything wrong with the Dolphin at all. It was beautiful, but I just felt like, oh wow, this is just, it feels homey. It feels good. I'm here. It's very low key. It's beautiful, but it's casual.
I think that describes for me too. I've talked about this, the difference between the value resorts and something like the beach club. Yeah. It's that casual, quiet, comfy feeling. It's not craziness all the time. Tell me about the food service. How'd you do with trying the food service there?
Yeah, we really tried to focus on, we've tried recently to start focusing on really experiencing all the food that's available in the resort we're staying in at the time. Because we have our favorites that pull us away, and we try and not let that detract from where we are.
Right.
We wanted to eat we've eaten at Cape May Cafe before, we did the character breakfast, and it was great. We wanted to do the all-you-can-eat crab leg seafood buffet, but it just didn't pan out before we left. But we did do the marketplace, and it is really good quick service food, grab and go food. It's good. They have their flatbreads and their yogurt parfaits and all of that. I love the little marketplace gift shop at the beach club. It's really, it has a lot of unique stuff to the beach club, and I really appreciate that. And other than that, and we did beaches and cream. I finally got a No Way Jose. It was delicious. I can't say that it compares to Ample Hills, but it was good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so we got that's a great comparison. Ample Hill's kind of new. So you felt like you liked Ample Hill ice cream better.
I do. I felt like maybe if I'd had the No Way Jose first, it would have made a bigger impact on me. But like, no, I think I'd have to go with Ample Hills even after this. Yeah.
Yeah. What's Ample Hill got over Beaches and Cream?
Well, they just have really different flavors of ice cream, and it's just, it's really good. My favorite is the ooey gooey butter cake ice cream. I live in St. Louis, which is, I don't know if you know this or not, but it is the home of the ooey gooey butter cake. We invented it here in St. Louis.
Oh, well, no wonder. No wonder Ample Hills won. That's kind of an unfair advantage, Beaches and Cream. I got to stick up for Beaches and Cream, you know.
That's true. That's true. They do have an unfair advantage. But it's not only that one. They have the malty, salty pretzel punch. That's a good one. The peanut butter wins the cup. And just the really cute little names for their ice cream probably makes it better for me too.
If you're adventurous, you're going to like Ample Hills better. But if you like vanilla chocolate and ice cream, you'll like well, they don't have the kitchen sink. I'll tell you that at Ample Hills. They don't
have the kitchen sink. And they have a new little mini kitchen sink. At least it was new to me. I hadn't seen it before. That's the Mickey Pants.
Yeah.
There. I hadn't seen that before.
Oh, the Mickey Pants at Beaches and Cream?
Yes, they have it at Beaches and Cream now too. Yeah.
But what's the one they have at Ample Hills? It's like 6 scoops. That's a good deal.
That is exactly what I got. I got the ice cream slice.
All right. Well, I should say to my listeners, please try them both because they're outstanding.
They are both.
We could fight all night about them, but neither one's going to lose. They're awesome. They're awesome.
They are. They're both fantastic, and I wouldn't turn my nose up at Beaches and Cream ever.
I know. It's cute. It's cute too. It's got a nice atmosphere with a jukebox playing and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Transportation's probably. Oh, you didn't use it. I see. No buses.
We did take the bus back from Magic Kingdom on July 3rd after the fireworks. We actually got on the boardwalk bus because it was there, and it was one of those situations where it's like, okay, we can take this one, or we can roll the dice and see how long it takes Beach Club to get here. So we opted to get on the boardwalk bus, and then we waited for a little bit, and we saw the Beach Club bus pull up, and nobody got on it. There were 2 people in line, and my husband looks at me and he was like, "We chose poorly." I said, "Well, we'll get there. It's okay."
I was just reading some iTunes reviews. I was looking at some of the other podcasts trying to see. And I saw one comment saying, "I don't like this podcast because they don't tell any of the negative stuff. So tell me all the negatives about Beach Club." I totally loaded that question. That was unfair, Amberly.
Yeah, that was a sucker punch. No, honestly, there's nothing negative about the Beach Club, but I will say I am.
All right, we're going to dig. Find something. Okay. All right.
Okay, something negative about the Beach Club.
No, you don't have to. I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, I'm nothing. There is nothing.
I had one. I'll give one. One time my door wouldn't open when I was at a conference and I couldn't get in, and then they didn't get it fixed the next day. But the good news was they comped me 3 nights, I think.
Oh, what a negative.
So so that negative turned into a free 3 nights stay.
I just thought of one. So the past 2 times we've stayed at, the only 2 times we've stayed at Beach Club, we got a handicap accessible room, which the only negative about that is my children love to hit that button and the door will open and I'm like, stop it. And then we have to, every time we open the door, we have to stand there and wait for it to close. So that's my negative about Beach Club. They keep giving us the ADA. We don't need it. So.
All right. Excellent. So let's go into our favorite topic. At least it's mine. We'll find out if it's yours, but did you have anything to eat while you were on vacation at Disney World?
Oh, wow. I think I only gained like 10 to 15 pounds
nice.
While I was there. Yeah, I'm too afraid to get on the scale.
I like how you broke this out. Table service restaurants. Let's hit the highlights of your table service.
Absolutely.
What was one of your favorites from?
My number one favorite of all time, and we have this in common, Kurt, is the flying fish.
I'm telling you, we have got a lot in common. So tell me, why is the flying fish? Tell all those people that don't know what we're talking about. What's so great about the flying fish?
Well, I will say this. You have to love seafood, obviously, since fish is in the name. If you are a seafood lover, I mean, the quality of the food is unparalleled anywhere on property that I've been. It is, the seafood is truly just the best around.
What's your favorite seafood dish there then?
The scallops.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I always get a steak, so that's funny how you said that. I'm the filet mignon guy.
I'm sure that's good too. But it's funny because I heard EJ on the podcast one time say how she gets the steak everywhere she goes, and every time you asked her what she had, she said had the steak. I am the scallop girl, so if there are scallops on the menu, I'm getting the scallops.
I like those. I think Mom had those last time we were there. They don't have the one disappointing I'll say about the Flying Fish. They used to have a signature fish entree there, and what was that called? Do you remember the wrapped? It was like a wrapped.
I don't remember.
I'm snapper, like a snapper that they had. But anyways,
I do kind of remember that.
I think if you ask for it, you can still get it. But what'd your husband have there?
He had the scallops as well. We usually try and get something different so we can try each other's, and he had his heart set on getting the swordfish, and the menu had changed, and so I didn't really think to ask if they could still make him the swordfish, and he didn't either. But he was kind of bummed because we had looked at the menu. We always look at the menus before we go and decide what we're going to have.
Oh, yeah.
Price it out and all of that. And he was like, oh, man, my swordfish isn't here. So he went with the scallops, and he wasn't disappointed. It was just like, it was kind of, it was okay. But we also got the mussels for an appetizer, and those were fantastic.
Yeah, melt in your mouth.
Always melt in your mouth. So good. So were the scallops. The way they cook them is awesome. And I don't know about you, but I think I've heard you say this before. The service at Flying Fish is above and beyond even other signature restaurants. I
was going to ask you that, but because it's been my opinion that it is. I like to hear other people share that opinion. So I'm not, someone doesn't think I'm daffy.
No, not at all. Our waitress was amazing. I gave her a cast compliment actually on Twitter. I was really good about handing out cast compliments this time when we had a great cast member.
Yeah.
And she was fantastic. She was personable, but not at our table too much. And she, she knew the right things to recommend. And we were having a hard time deciding on a wine, and I told her what we liked, and she brought me out several different wines to try and kept it in the right price range, and just really accommodating and over the top nice. Did things that she didn't have to do for us. So I really appreciated that.
This restaurant is funny because we've been going to Disney World for many, many years, and a guy who just went, first, second time, whatever, says, oh, you got to go to the Flying Fish. I was like, oh, all right, buddy, listen, I'm the dude who goes every year. And you're going to tell me what restaurant to go to,
Right.
I'm thinking, I didn't say that out loud, but
Right. In your head, you're thinking, let me tell you about the Flying Fish.
Let me tell you about Disney World. I've been going, I walked by that place many times, but I went with Lindsay. That's Lindsay's favorite restaurant. It's mine too for signature restaurants. And so, anyone who hasn't tried it, take us up on our offer, right? It's great.
It's great, but I think my husband might have found his new favorite signature.
Okay. What is it?
And that was the Yachtsman.
I was looking on your list here. I'm looking down a list, signature. Yeah, Yachtsman. Good to hear that. That is one. I had it booked and I canceled it. So tell me what I did wrong.
If you like steak, this place is the place to go if you want to get a good steak. I am not a steak person. I never have been. I can probably count on one hand the number of times I've ordered a steak at a restaurant.
Okay.
My husband, however, is the exact opposite. He loves steak, gets steak all the time.
Sure.
And we had been to Le Cellier last year and just were really disappointed.
I've heard that. We were just talking, we're trying to put together our restaurants for January. And I love this discussion we're having right here with Yachtsman because we're going to be, I think we're doing 1 night, 2 nights maybe at the beach club, actually.
Oh, good.
We're doing a split stay with that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I may, put in my 2 cents about Yachtsman. Thank you for this.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we have been to Le Cellier, and I don't usually order steak, and I had ordered a ribeye at Le Cellier just because, I was at a steak restaurant. So let's try the steak. And I was really just not impressed and kind of disappointed with it. And my husband he got the filet and he was kind of disappointed with his. And just overall, it wasn't a great experience.
Mama said that. She's been hearing this from people. This is so funny you're saying that. We were just saying this weekend. Yeah.
Even like we got the poutine and it was kind of like, I mean, everything was very okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. So when we got to the Yachtsman, my husband actually said to our server, he said, we went to Le Cellier last September. I wasn't impressed. If your ribeye is anything in the same ballpark, I'm going to go a different direction. And she was just like, yeah, forget everything about Le Cellier. This is a completely different ball game here. Don't even think about that. But I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed.
She's like, I'm bringing my A game, Buster.
Oh, yeah. She was awesome. Her name was Susan. She was great with the kids. She was great. She was great. Another cast compliment. She was fantastic. But anyway, she said she brought the ribeye, and I got the scallops, of course. I have to admit, scallops.
You're boring. Come on, we guys.
I know. I don't branch out. No, I told you I don't branch out.
If you tell me you had scallops at the Spice Road table,
I did not have scallops, only because they weren't on the menu.
Okay.
But I have to say, my scallops weren't as good as the ones I had at Flying Fish, which actually kind of makes sense because Flying Fish is a seafood restaurant, so they should do that really well.
And they're number one.
Right. But my husband's ribeye, he let me have a piece of it, which I'm surprised he did.
Yeah. It
was seriously melt in your mouth. I've never tasted anything like that.
I know it. It's I'm not surprised. Yeah. Oh, good to hear.
Next time I go there, I would get a steak for sure.
All right. Perfect. Yeah, you do your scallops over at Flying Fish and leave the steaks to Yachtsman. Sounds good.
Absolutely.
All right. Give me another one.
We did do Spice Road Table. You brought that one up. We did that for fireworks viewing on the 4th of July.
Okay.
We decided that we wanted to have a spot that we knew where we were going to be for the fireworks on 4th of July because we've never actually been at Disney World on the 4th floor. So I didn't know how crowded it was going to be. I didn't know how hard it would be to get a spot for viewing the fireworks. So I thought, let's just make an ADR around 7 o'clock and stay there. So we did Spice Road Table, and I had read some reviews that it was a good place to view the fireworks on the 4th, and I thought, okay, let's go with it. Spice Road Table was really, really good food. I was really surprised. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. We told our waiter, he was so cute. He comes over and seemed like he was really anxious to get us taken care of, and we were like, okay, we're going to be here for a while. So just
relax, dude.
Yeah. Don't worry. You're not disappointing us if you don't get things out right away. Just, we're here for the fireworks. So we just are going to get some appetizers and some drinks, and we'll let you know when we're ready to order. So that's what we did. Yeah. And we got pretty much almost everything on the Spice Road Table menu. I think we tried everything.
Smorgasbord.
It was a smorgasbord of food and drinks. So we got the grape leaves, or the rice wrapped in grape leaves, which I wasn't a fan of. It was okay, not great. We got some spicy garlic shrimp that was really good. I got the brie. The brie was fantastic. I guess it's hard to miss that brie, but it was really good. But yeah, all the appetizers we got besides the grape leaf one were fantastic. And then we were there with my sister and her husband as well. So we kind of all got different entrees, and all of the entrees are really good. We did roasted chicken, mixed grilled skewers. My husband had the tuna, which he still talks about. He said the tuna was fantastic. Wow. My brother-in-law got the New York strip, which he really, really enjoyed. So I would go back.
You're the second one in a row who's raved about Spice Road Table. So good to hear. And I'm surprised because it's never crowded in there.
It never is. And that's, when we walked in, I just asked if we could have a fireworks view table. And she was very, we can seat you right now. We were about probably 15 minutes early for our reservation. We got there about 6:30. I think our reservation was at 6:45. They seated us right away, and we were there for probably 3.5 hours. And our server was attentive, but not overly so. And just, we had a great time. The only thing I would say is that it is not the best for fireworks view. I didn't.
I think I heard this. Yeah.
What the benefit was that there was a torrential downpour that started about 15 minutes before the fireworks were supposed to start, and it went on for quite a while. So the fireworks were delayed by about an hour.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
So having the cover of the restaurant and not being out in that was beneficial.
Sure. Yeah.
But I didn't love our view of the fireworks. And then in all of my research, somehow I missed the fact that on the 4th of July, they set off fireworks over the American Adventure.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, right. A lot more. Different. Yeah, it's a different show.
That was a big mistake on my part. I messed that up, and we could not see those at all. That was, completely blocked.
Well, now everyone knows that listens to our podcast, at least. They got the real. You took one for the team, kiddo.
I hope my folly can be someone else's game. I hope they don't make my same mistake.
I got to know. You got 2 more here on your table service I got to know about because they are new. They really are. Ale and Compass has been reimagined, right?
Oh, I'm so glad you reminded me. Yes, that Ale and Compass is fantastic. And it has been reimagined. We actually ate there when it was the Captain's Grill. And it was okay. I had heard a lot of negative reviews about Captain's Grill since we'd eaten there. And I don't even know, probably 2015 was when we ate there. And I thought it was fine, but nothing memorable, but okay. And I had heard a lot of really, really negative reviews about it. So after it got reimagined into the Ale and Compass and we were staying, at the beach club right there, I was like, okay, well, let's check it out. So we went over. We actually had a drink in the lounge before because my husband had forgotten something and had to go back to the room. So I sat down with the kids. The lounge was deserted. We were the only people inside the actual lounge, and there were a couple of people sitting in the little outdoor area, kind of more in the hotel lobby. They were very nice. The spicy pomegranate margarita, you can't go wrong. It was so good.
That sounds good. And
the lady warned me when she was like, it really is spicy. And I said, oh, I really hope so. And so because I am a spicy eating person. And she brought it to me. I was like, wow, that really is spicy. I like it. So it was good. And then we went over to the restaurant and had great service. I think I posted on Facebook that Ale and Compass also has a piece of my heart now. Flying Fish has the most of it, but it was great. I had the seafood boil or something like that. It was all of the different New England coastal, that's the feel of the restaurant is kind of like New England coastal area. And it had tons of great seafood. My husband just kind of did a hodgepodge of different appetizers. He did a lobster bisque and he did the oysters and a couple of other things, and everything we ate was great. Our server was fantastic. Yeah, it was good. I would go back.
Oh, perfect. I got to step back to the Spice Road table. You mentioned spices. Was it spicy at the Spice Road table?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah. I'm trying to sell Mama on that one, so I'll have her listen to this. Perfect. All right, well, let's try Wine Bar George because it's brand new. Did you eat there too, or just have wine?
We did. We had the charcuterie board, and we each had a glass of wine. The charcuterie board was good, not anything that stands out to me. It was okay. The wine was good. My husband's was better. I chose a little bit more poorly than he did. The server had recommended dry white to me, it was good. But then my husband's like, nope, I'm sticking with the Chardonnay. And that's what he got. And it was far better. So it was good wine, and the charcuterie board was good. Nothing that is outstanding, but it was okay.
Yeah, we were talking about it. We're going to hit a bunch. I love Disney Springs. You've heard me say that now. And it's going to be one of those stops on the trail. Yeah. Right? I'm not like, whatever.
Well, we had decided that, we hadn't been to Disney Springs in a couple of years. And so we had decided that we were going to kind of do like a little tasting throughout Disney Springs. We weren't going to make an ADR, which we actually did make an ADR for Wine Bar George just because it was new. Yeah. But we love Jacques Lindsay's. And so we knew we wanted to go to Jacques Lindsay's, and we wanted to check out the lounge at Paddlefish that's up on the rooftop deck.
Oh, yeah.
And we did do that too. It was just a weird situation. We got up to the lounge, and the hostess for the lounge seemed a little frazzled. And it had just rained, and the lounge was just opening. And she said, things are really wet out there. You can sit at the bar if you want to, but we got to clean things up. And so we got out there, and there was it actually wasn't wet at all because it was so humid and so hot. When the sun came out, it had dried it out quickly. Yeah. And another family had sat down in the lounge area. And so we did the same. And the server came out and said to us, well, did you guys not want to sit at the bar for some reason? I said, well, it wasn't wet after all, and we saw the other family, so we just thought we'd go ahead and have a seat here. And she seemed a little like, well, it might take us a while to get to you. I said, that's fine. It's okay. I said, I'm sorry if this is an inconvenience. I really thought you just didn't want us to sit here because it was wet, and it turned out not to be wet. And she was fine after that. And our server came out, and she was completely fine. But So we just had one drink there and we left. It kind of was a weird vibe. So we thought, we'll head out.
Yeah, you get, I know, funny enough, we rave about Disney World, but I've had my lounge disappointments. We won't talk about them, but yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Was it early in the day?
It was about 5 o'clock.
That's not that early. Yeah.
No. And I think the lounge opened at 5, which we didn't realize, but we had been at Jacques and we just were kind of close and thought, let's go check this out. And we were excited about maybe getting some apps like the lobster corn dogs we'd heard good things about. And we got the drink and we said, I think we'll just move along. It's okay.
What'd you think of Jock Lindsay's?
I love Jacques. That was our 3rd time there, I think. I love it. That's a must do every trip to Disney Springs.
I know. I say that and I'm going, I hope people do agree with me.
Yes. I agree with you on a lot of things.
I know it. You're not just saying that to be nice.
No. I lots of times already have these opinions and then I hear you say it and I think, I'm not crazy either.
Yeah. Why is Jock Lindsay such a cool place?
I just love, I'm not even a huge Indiana Jones fan. My husband is, but I it's just a really cool atmosphere. And having the kids with us, they have a great time there because you're right on the water. Yeah. And it's just the little things. They love looking out at the water. And like I said, I think I said in my notes that we get Blaze pizza and we bring it over to Jacques Lindsay's and the kids sit there and eat their pizza. Oh, and good idea. We have our drinks and our apps and everybody's happy. So it's just a really laid back atmosphere. The pretzels are good. I love the pretzels.
The beer cheese.
Yeah, so good. And I love the drinks there. And I love we got queso fundido this time. That was really good. That was new. We hadn't tried that before. Nice. So everything that we've had on the menu is good. And it's just, I like being outside and I love the atmosphere there.
Love it. So we're still on lounges then. Any others that stand out for you?
Nomad Lounge, of course. Nomad Lounge, you can't go to Animal Kingdom and not go to Nomad Lounge. That's not.
No argument from me.
No, you can't do that. So that is just kind of a respite from the heat and the craziness of an Animal Kingdom day.
Amberly, I think we're coming up with some geeking laws. And
yes.
3:00 in the afternoon, Nomad Lounge is a law.
You got to do it.
When it's hot.
You got to do it. That's a law. It is a law. The 11 a.m. margarita.
And the 3:00 Nomad Lounge.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think you're right.
I think I did a 1:30 Nomad Lounge this time.
You broke the law.
I did. I broke the law.
In the right direction, though.
Well, I was still there at 3, I think.
Yeah, but
so I don't think I broke the law. I think I did okay.
You're gonna be really happy by the time I get there.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just so stinking hot. No matter.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom.
It is. It is so hot. And I actually am not susceptible to heat or a lot of things, but I started to feel a little not well at that point. And I told my husband, I said, we were in Dino Land and
right. Let's chill.
I got to go somewhere. And he said, well, let's sit down in the shade. I said, no, I need air conditioning. Shade's not going to cut it.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I texted my sister and my brother-in-law and said, hey, how about Nomad Lounge? And they were both like, yeah, see you there.
Well, beeline to the Nomad Lounge. Nice. Mm-hmm. I love I love some of your choices here. Trader Sam's Tiki Terrace.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, we did that one.
That's good too, right?
Well, my sister and her husband had never been to Trader Sam's. And so we decided we wanted to, that was our July 3rd day where we were going to do a Magic Kingdom all day sort of thing. And our plan originally was to do a monorail crawl around the middle of the day. Instead of going back to our rooms and coming back, we thought, well, we'll just eat and drink along the monorail and then come back for the fireworks and that'll be fine.
I like that. Well, good plan.
Everybody, it kind of got ditched because my sister and her husband were like, no, we need pool time, which I totally understood. It was brutal.
Yeah, so right.
We said, okay, that's fine. So they did their thing and we decided to meet back up at the Polynesian for kind of a dinner and drinks before we headed back into Magic Kingdom for fireworks. So we grabbed the kids something from Captain Cook's and then we headed over to the Tiki Terrace and we just ended up staying out there. We didn't ever go into Trader Sam's proper, I guess, because we were happy where we were. And we started hearing things while we were sitting there drinking and eating that the monorail was down. And so boat dock launches were backed up really far. And our waiter came over and I said, I heard, because our plan was to take a boat to the Magic Kingdom. And he says, and I asked our waiter, I said, I'm hearing that the monorail's down and the wait for a boat is over an hour. And he says, oh no, there's no way it's over an hour. That's crazy. He walks over, he takes one look over at the boat dock, and he comes back and says, yeah, well, it really might be over an hour. So,
stranded at the Polynesian Tiki Terrace bar. How horrible.
Yeah, how horrible, right? What a life. But, we did want to see the Magic Kingdom fireworks. So we decided to go ahead and get our check and head out. And it was quite an excursion. We decided to take a cab because we had taken a cab from the beach club to the Polynesian, and it was already starting to get a little crazy because the monorail was already down. The monorail was down, I would say, half of that day, if not longer.
Wow.
It was a long time for it to be down.
Right.
So we started to see, already just coming into the Polynesian that traffic was building, and our cabbie was fantastic. I mean, he was making U-turns. He was weaving in and out of traffic. I feared for my life a tiny bit, but more so just wanted to get to where I was going. So I was okay with it.
Just getting from the Polynesian to the Magic Kingdom?
Just do what you have to do. I'm going to close my eyes and just pray, and it'll be fine.
Wow.
So we got there, and so we decided that we were going to take a cab to to Contemporary or Bay Lake Tower, wherever we could get, so we could walk to the Magic Kingdom, because the traffic to get into Magic Kingdom was kind of insane.
Wow. Well,
so it was a 35-minute drive from the Poly to the Contemporary in traffic, which is substantial considering how close they are.
I'll say. Well, we did food pretty good here, Amberly, but I got to ask you, what was your... I definitely want to know about Woody's Lunchbox for quick service. I see that's on your list. Of course, that's new at the Toy Story Land. So tell us about Woody's Lunchbox.
It was really good. I think it's better than anything else quick service that Hollywood Studios has to offer. And I would eat there again. We had the s'mores French toast. We did like kind of a late breakfast there. So we did the s'mores French toast and the Nutella. I think they call it the chocolate hazelnut waffle or Pop-Tart. So we did that. Yeah. That was really good. The s'mores French toast was really good too, but it was just really, really heavy. And it was really, really hot. So it's hard to enjoy something like that when you're pouring sweat into your food. But it was still good. It was good.
All right.
And my husband did the tater tot bowl. I think it's called the breakfast bowl that has the tater tots and the eggs and all of that on it. He liked it. And my son did the turkey breakfast sandwich, which he didn't eat, but my son's extremely pinky, so that doesn't mean anything. Yeah. It still looks good.
I'm recognizing those from looking at the menu, so good to know that's,
Everything was really good. I would go there again. I think it's far better than a lot of the other quick service options at Hollywood Studios right now.
I get you. I've said that. You've heard me say that. So quick service, any other favorites that stand out?
We always love the Contempo Cafe. That's just one of our go-tos.
Really? Why is that one such a great one for you?
I have a sweet tooth, and the cupcake selection is so good.
That is true.
Yeah. So, and we love the kids will eat the flatbreads. My husband likes the flatbreads. I got a chicken and rice bowl this time that I don't remember being on the menu before, but it was really good.
Yeah.
It was a little bit healthier. It had some avocado and some greens and some rice in it. It was good.
Nice.
And then we went back. I undid all of that healthy goodness and got the peanut butter pie thing, and it was fantastic.
Is that a cupcake?
No, it's like a tart almost, but it's tons of peanut butter, and I don't know. It's just peanut butter chocolate goodness. It was like a giant Reese's cup. So
the cinnamon buns get me.
Oh gosh, they're so good.
They're good there.
Yeah. Yeah. And you still haven't had the giant skillet cinnamon roll at Garden Grill.
No, everyone's telling me about it, Amberly. But
telling you, once you have it, you gotta go.
I know. How many people have told me about this? How many? Everyone a lot of my guests go for breakfast, don't they? They really. I'm not as big of the big breakfast as a lot of my guests.
Another compelling reason to go for breakfast is to rope drop Soarin'.
Yeah, I know. Well, I see on your snacks, you got to tell me what your favorite snacks are, but the very first one on your list is the Cheshire Cattail. I've heard that recently quite a bit.
It was so good.
Was that your first one?
That was my first one.
Yeah.
I told my husband, I said, okay, so we'd actually already had breakfast at Be Our Guest. But
yep.
It wasn't fantastic. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get the Cheshire Cattail. And we did. And I don't know what it is. It's like a Danish, but the icing on it is almost like in between a glaze and a buttercream icing. It's so good. It is so good.
Ooh, that got me. That one, yeah. I love glaze. I love buttercream frosting.
It's not as thin as a glaze, and it's not quite the buttercream that you would get on a cupcake, but it's somewhere in between. And it really, really, it's good stuff.
I got to put that on my must-do.
Mm-hmm. It was good. I shared it with my husband and wished I hadn't.
What's some of your other go-to snacks?
Dole Whip. I am a Dole Whip girl, tried and true.
No.
Yeah, we actually did try. We had tried the citrus swirl the last time we were there, and I'm sorry. I know you're a citrus swirl guy, but
we finally found something. I love.
We don't agree on.
I love citrus swirl. Yeah, I love orange. That's really tart. It's really tart, which I'm a tart guy. Yeah, for sure. Like
I have a super sweet tooth, so I think that's why I didn't like it.
That's better. There you go. I love the slushies. Like they have some really tart slushies, especially in that same area. There's the raspberry lemonade one.
Yeah. Well, we tried the citrus swirl the last time, and my husband and I both kind of looked at each other and said, Dole Whip is just it's not even close. It's not even close.
They got two different kinds of orange ones now. They have like an orange one and the citrus, that's what
I was going to say.
They have a sweeter orange one now. Yeah.
We did the orange, I think they call it the orange cream cup and the orange cream float.
Yeah.
And that was really good. Yeah. I still like the Dole Whip better, but it was good.
Hey,
really liked it.
People rave about the Dole Whip. I try to smoke you guys out.
Well, you don't have to smoke me out. I am tried and true Dole Whip fan. My husband actually tried the pineapple upside down version with the Dole Whip on top, and he really liked it. I tried a bite. I wasn't a fan. I think I'm just a true blue.
That's cool.
Standard Dole Whip person, but it was okay.
Hey, you know me. I am the lime frozen margarita guy, and
I know
you can try to pass all that other stuff, those different flavors on me, and forget it. I am the lime margarita frozen guy.
I actually did try the Choza de Margarita stand, the new one over at the Mexican Pavilion. They had the grapefruit margarita, and usually if you combine grapefruit and alcohol, I'm a fan. I'm in. Yeah. But it was good, but I still would go for La Cava. I think the La Cava avocado margarita is still better, and I think that the lime margaritas in there are still better. Yeah,
to be honest, I love the avocado margarita too. Those are my. But I love the outdoor one. That's kind of that's our thing. But no, the indoor ones, like you said, when it's hot and I like to get there early, and that's when I'm going to have the avocado.
Yeah.
Margarita. Yeah. Definitely. But any other good? Orange Grenier Marnier slushy.
Yeah. Oh, I love those. Those are so good.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I actually did try the lemon one too this time just to be fair.
Yeah.
And no, the orange one's way better.
Where's the lemon ones in France too?
Yeah. It's at the same little stand.
Is it? Oh yeah.
Lemon, citron. I don't know.
I'm with you. Don't mess with that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a limoncello in Italy. See, you gotta break up your, you gotta have a little walking time in between. So do your orange Grand Marnier. When in France, do as the French do.
Do as the French do and get the brioche ice cream sandwich.
Oh, that sounds good too.
Oh my gosh, that's a must do now. My husband actually wanted to plan in like 4 of those into our trip. I was like, I don't know if I can make that happen 4 times, but you can if you want. So.
Wow. Did we cover all your favorites for food and drinks and lounges?
I think so. We did have the kakigori this time, which was the first time we had ever had that at the little Japan stand. And it was really, really good. My husband put it up there with the brioche from France. I thought it was okay. I thought it was really good. I don't know that I'd give it that sort of credentials, but it was good. Yeah.
What's kakigori?
It is it's at the little Japan stand. I think it's called Kabuki Cafe.
Right.
And it is shaved ice with flavored syrup, and then they put the condensed sweetened milk on top of it, and it was really good. Yeah,
I think I've heard the name, and I was like, I can't put my finger on that. I love shaved ice, so that's another one to put on my list. I love talking to you geeks. You guys know what you're doing.
We know where it's at.
We know what we're doing. All right. First experiences for this trip. Let's do it. We're only an hour into this, but we're going to talk about Toy Story Land. Tell me give me all the poop.
Okay, so Toy Story Land. It is, it is just pure fun and vibrant and lively and everything. If you're a Toy Story fan and you're a Disney fan, it's everything you want it to be.
No, that's nice.
I know when Pandora opened, there was a lot of talk about the immersiveness and it's a beautiful land and it is something to be just wondered at and enjoyed and to discover. But I put Toy Story Land on the same level. But I think for a Disney person like we are, I feel like Toy Story Land is even better because it's pure Disney.
Yeah.
Avatar and Pandora Land, it's beautiful and gorgeous, but it wasn't always Disney. This is, you walk in and you're just hit in the face with it in a good way.
Well, you're right. I think the thing with Avatar that was, people were surprised is like, okay, I guess it was a very popular movie, but most of us are like, I don't know. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
What is it? What is it? But yeah, you're right. As the Disney purist, obviously, Toy Story is, way up there in the list of great Disney.
Yeah, you've got
animation.
The characters. I didn't know when you walk into the land. Well, the first time we walked in, there's the giant Woody standing there, and you get excited, but then he starts talking. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know these things would talk, and they really do a good job of making you feel like that you are truly shrunk down to the size of a toy.
Oh, great.
All of the cast members are all in on this, and they address you as toys. They talk to you and say, welcome, toys. I'm glad you came to play with us, and here's what you can do.
Oh,
and,
cool.
They address the little kids as like, hey, bigger toys, look out for those little toys when you're getting on Slinky Dog. Make sure and hold on to your little toys. And so it was just great. I will tell you that the cast members in Toy Story Land and the characters in Toy Story Land were some of the best I've ever seen since I started going to Disney.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad to hear this. Are there like animatronics? You were talking about the Woody. Is he like an animatronic?
He's not an animatronic, but he just will all of a sudden, like there are these speakers throughout the land are actually kind of concentrated around each character, I guess. So when you walk in, Woody will just I guess it's on a loop. I don't know how it works, but he'll say, hey, howdy, hey, partners, welcome, come on in. And he just kind of says some of his catchphrases. And the same for Jessie. She'll be like, hold on, Rex, I've got you, and she's holding the Christmas lights that are kind of wrapped around Rex, and Rex talks. And
oh boy. Mama and Auntie Judy are going to love this. And
it's fantastic. The Green Army Men, I have to tell you, the Green Army Men are a huge asset to the land too. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
They come just randomly. You'll just see a group of like 8 Green Army Men marching through the land, playing their snare drums.
I've always loved them when they've been. Yeah, you always run into them over there on the other side before the land was done. I love that interaction with them for sure. Yeah.
They're even better now because they actually have like their faces are painted rather than the
screen. Yeah, there's like a mesh screen there. I know what you're saying. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
cool.
I had a lot of really good interactions with them. We were standing in line for Woody's lunchbox, and one of the Green Army Men came up to me, and he wanted to shake my hand because I was wearing Buzz Lightyear ears. And I had on a shirt with Buzz on it that said Universe Protection Unit. And he came up and he shook my hand and he said, I just want to thank you for your service with Star Command. And he said, I'm going to notify Buzz that you're here, and he's going to want to meet with you at I forget what he said, 1,200 hours or whatever. And I was like, great. I'm really excited about this. I'm so glad you're here. And he saluted me, and it was fantastic. They just really were a big part of the land. Made it a lot more fun.
I'm a little bit worried in meeting them because I hope they don't hold a grudge. I used to kill many of them as a kid. This was one of my favorite toys growing up. My dad even recently, he was saying, remember, I used to have hours and hours of fun with those things, and I would set them up and then I had this dirt pile near my house, and I would get rocks and I would throw and I would destroy my army men.
Well, I wouldn't tell them.
So don't rat me out because, they might not be all
I would never.
They might not be all over it by now.
I would never, but no, I wouldn't offer that information, but
Well, now you can hold it up against me. You got something. No, exactly. This is great to hear. And I'm looking forward to talking to 3 more geeks this week. And we're all going to get the real scoop. So what a great explanation. Well, tell us about the rides.
Well, I will say that Slinky Dog, I feel, is a little bit more thrilling than Seven Dwarfs, I thought. I know that it's completely subjective, but, my husband said the same thing, and my sister and brother-in-law who wrote it separately from us said the same thing. They thought it was just a little bit more thrilling than that. There are 2 launches, which I didn't know before I got on it, and it wasn't crazy by any stretch. It's still a kiddie coaster, but it was a lot of fun. I didn't realize that Slinky Dog talks too. So when you're on him, if you kind of listen, you can hear him pretty clearly when he's going through the second launch say, "Here we go." There are other times he barks, I think, at one point, and there are a couple other phrases that he says during the ride that if you pay close attention, you can hear.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. I think it's a really good coaster. I put it up there with Seven Dwarfs, which we really like. So My kids loved it. We rode it 3 times. So we had,
nice.
And they would have done it again. The Swirling Saucers was a lot of fun. I've heard it compared to the Radiator Springs ride out in Disneyland, which I've never been there. I've heard it compared to that, but I did hear one woman who was a little nervous to go on it after we'd ridden it. She was saying, "Well, I don't do spinny rides." And I told her, it's just swinging. It's not really spinning. You just swing from side to side. So,
yes.
I kind of have an issue with spinny rides too, and it didn't bother me at all. It was fine.
Perfect. The kids had a good time in this land?
The kids had a great time. The Toy Story Mania queue, I probably took more pictures of that than I did anything else in the land. And I tried to upload them to the Geekin' Facebook page, but I was having problems with internet while I was there. But I probably took 60 pictures in there. It was unbelievable. The walls were Uno cards. The ceiling was Monopoly boards and Chutes and Ladders. Mr. Potato Head is in there talking and singing and interacting, and it was really cool. When you walk out of Toy Story Land or out of Toy Story Midway Mania, there is a Connects box, and my son is really into Connects roller coasters, putting those together. So that was really cool. Every inch of every space in that land is themed. There's nowhere that you look there is something not themed. The trash cans, the ceilings, the floors, the walls.
I'm excited now. You got me excited. I try not to think much about it because I'm not going until January, but now
you should be excited.
Great job. Great job explaining it. Now, you got some great first experiences. I'm looking through your list. I'm going to pick Awesome Mix Live Show at Epcot. What is that?
That was the Guardians of the Galaxy show where they did a lot of 80s music and it was really great music. The great songs. So the whole theme is that the Peter Quill and Gamora have interrupted this show put on by these aliens because it was horrible music. And they come in and and Peter Quill's saying, I'm going to make sure you guys, get your act together here with some good music. And Gamora, of course, the whole time is trying to pull him away because they have to go save the galaxy again. So it was a very cute show with a lot of good music. I had read a little bit about it before we went, so I guess my impression was that the actual Guardians characters would be singing. So I was a little bit disappointed when I saw that they weren't the ones singing. It was the backup characters that were supposedly from another planet. But it was still a fun show. Yeah. It was still fun to sit down and watch.
Live musicians and that same, did they play kind of the songs from the soundtrack?
Yes, they did.
Nice.
Yeah.
They are. I love how, that's my kind of music. I love that. I've heard this once before. And you've never saw Voices of Liberty before?
Never.
Wow.
No.
What'd you think of them?
They were amazing. And we actually saw them in a special kind of concert that they do on the 4th of July out in the America Gardens Theater. Yeah. So that was it was very moving, especially on the 4th of July to see them and just be out there with everybody outside. That was what we did right before we went to our Spice Road table reservation. And they, they just put on a great show. their voices were unbelievable.
I love the entertainment in Epcot World Showcase. Any other standouts for first experiences?
Yeah, we did mobile ordering for the first time. That was really easy, and we wish that we had started doing that earlier in the trip.
Right.
It was our last day, and my husband said, "Hey, why don't you try and get our Dole Whips through mobile ordering?" And that worked out really, really well. We actually saw the American Adventure Show for the first time too. We just never made a point to see it before.
And it's changed a little bit. So, did you like that?
We did like it. I really liked the little montage of influential Americans at the end of it. We had a really good song at the end. So that was a nice addition to our 4th of July festivities. So we made a point to do that. We did lots of things for the first time. Katsura Grill. We ate lunch there for the first time.
Yeah.
That was really good. That was a nice lunch, and I would go there again. No problem.
Perfect.
So,
well, tell me, when you come home, do you tell all your friends stories and tell us some of the pixie dust moments and stories that you've been thinking about since you've been back?
Yeah, we had we surprised the kids with this trip, so that was a fun moment, letting them know, because my husband had been so adamant that we weren't going to Disney World.
Oh, you really? Yeah, you punked them big time.
We did. So they thought we were just going to visit the grandparents, and they thought we were driving back to the airport. When we were actually driving to Disney World.
You parents are, man, you guys are mean. I see a lot of my listeners do this. I've never did this to my kids.
Well, the thing was, we planned it so late in the and then it had just come to a point where we looked at each other and said, "Are we going to tell them?" And then I said, "No, I don't think we are."
Oh, wow. So you surprised them. Were they surprised?
They were surprised. It's funny because I'll have to post the video to the website. I tried to once before, but it didn't work. I'll have to try again.
Yeah.
Because they look at each other and you hear my son whisper, "I think we're going to Disney World." And my daughter goes, "What?" And she says, "Let me get out my phone and video this," because they both consider themselves amateur vloggers at this point.
Okay.
6 and 10. They see this as a profession.
Right. Wow.
So that was really fun. And then we surprised them again when my sister and brother-in-law showed up at Animal Kingdom. We kind of walked out after we'd ridden Flight of Passage for the first time. We walked out and I said, "What do you guys want to do now?" And they said, "Oh, let's go do Festival of the Lion King." I said, "Okay, why don't we take some people with us?" And they said, "Huh?" I said, "I don't know. What about these people?" And they both just look at my sister and my brother-in-law for a minute, who are sitting on this little wall, and they're like they didn't recognize them at all.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Yeah. So we had that. And we had a couple of really great cast member interactions at the beach club. There was this guy, Clarence, who worked at the beach club pool. And I think he did this for everyone, but it felt special for us. We would walk in and he'd open the gate and say, "Oh, welcome. Where have you been? Welcome back. Welcome home. Get in here. Get in here. You've been gone too long." Just very sweet. And
that's awesome.
He just made everybody feel really good. And so, we had, and the guy on the boat at the beach club on the boat dock, we were dressed in pirate gear one day, and he really gave the boat driver a hard time for letting us on the boat because we were pirates. I mean, he was really letting him have it. He was like, what are you doing? What are you doing letting these pirates on the boat? So,
did your kids did they get it, or they think you was serious?
I think they were just kind of like exhausted and kind of looked around like, is this for real? But they didn't pay much attention.
That was a guest doing that?
No, it was the man on the boat dock at the beach club, the cast member there, who was tying up the boat.
I like that. That's perfect. Yeah.
It was very cute. So that was a lot of fun.
Good stuff. All right. How about, what do you think? Are there things that you would consider overrated at Disney World?
Yeah, so not a lot, but I have to say at this point, with the monorail being down as much as it has, I have to go out there on a limb and say the monorail, I think, has now become a little overrated.
Oh, boy, that's tough to say, but
it is. It hurts my heart.
There's truth in that, isn't there?
Yeah, it hurts my heart. That was one of the major draws to us staying on the monorail loop in the beginning, and it's such an iconic part of Disney World that I still love to ride on it, but we have had so many negatives that
I had heard they were changing software up, and then I thought they were beyond problems, but to hear this again, that's disappointing. I know.
Yeah, not this trip, but when we stayed at the Poly last June, it was down a lot, and it caused us to miss a lot of really important things. I had word. I kind of let my feelings be known to one of the cast members on the monorail platform, and he basically validated my feelings and said, "You need to send an email," and I have. And he said, talk to the front desk, and I did, and they had gotten me a cab and paid for it, and that's fine. But it continues to seem to be a problem. And
I know. I wonder why. Oh, it's a mystery to me. I haven't really.
It is. And, staying on the same thing with transportation, we have used the minivans a lot. We actually use the minivans. I know we used them in September. We might have even used them in June. I'm not sure, last year. And our experience was fantastic. But this time we used the minivan 3 times this trip. And one time was really great. The cast member was very knowledgeable and said he had been with the minivan thing since the beginning. And he was fine. But we had one driver pull up, and he was, I'm not kidding you, blasting Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue. And I was
I like that song.
I know. And my husband said, I like Motley Crue, just not necessarily in this setting. So he got in the car and he turned it to another station, which is a country station. And the guy was like, and he said, my husband said, I like Motley Crue and all, just not with my kids in the car. And the guy goes, no, that's fine. And so it was just interesting. And he just seemed and then he started telling us how he was leaving Disney. And I don't know, it was a whole thing. I was like, it was a little bizarre.
Yeah, that happens. Well, tell me, how about underrated? What's something that you consider underrated on your trip?
Underrated, I would say, is Katsura Grill. That was really, really good.
Yeah,
Yachtsman was really, really good. And I don't know. I mean, the pool at the beach club, I know that people talk a lot about it, so it seems unbelievable that would be underrated, but I can't. It still exceeded my expectations, even though I'd even been there before.
You had on your list the mac and cheese at 8 Spoon Cafe. Where's 8 Spoon Cafe?
8 Spoon Cafe at Animal Kingdom. It is on Discovery Island, kind of right across from the Smiling Crocodile, and kind of in the same vicinity as Flame Tree. It's a little bit behind it.
Okay.
But, oh my gosh, it was so good. They had different kinds. They had pulled pork mac and cheese. They had shrimp mac and cheese. And I think they had a regular. It was all fantastic.
One of those joints. I gotcha. Mm-hmm. All the mac and cheese you could possibly want. That's cool.
All the mac and cheese you could possibly want. There was a little seating area that was kind of hidden behind that we didn't know it ever existed. And so we went down there, and it was amazing. There were fans, and it was covered.
Yeah.
And I was like, no one knows this is here, because there weren't very many people there. So I would say that's underrated too. It was really good.
Awesome. Hey, tell me character meets. What were some of your favorite character meets?
We always love the characters at Garden Grill. They spend so much time with you.
Yeah.
And they just do a really great job. Baymax is always a lot of fun. He's just really cool. He's just really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just really, really cool.
I totally agree. And then I've seen Baymax, but then I couldn't get into Joy and Sadness, and they're right there in the same area. I got to do that one of these days.
Yeah, we've met Joy and Sadness before. It's kind of hard to do both at the same time because they both usually have around a 20 to 30 minute wait.
Right.
So then you're investing so much time in one spot.
True.
It's kind of hard to do that.
That's why. You got Donald. Which Donald did you have a great meeting with?
Yeah. Donald, Mexican Donald.
Oh,
fantastic.
Boy,
he's so good.
Boy, do we have a lot in common. He's my favorite. Yeah, he's my favorite Donald.
He's
Isn't he great?
Best. So my husband had on a Three Caballero shirt with Donald on the top. And so Donald kept pointing to his chest like I'm on top, and doing his little dance. And we just had a great time interacting with him for a little bit. And then actually the Donald over in the Storybook Circus area, what's it called? It's Goofini and Donaldo. It's, Pete Silly Sideshow. That's what it is. Where they have the Minnie and the Daisy and the Donald and Goofy are over there. that Donald over there cracked us up because we had these canvas bags that we wanted the characters to sign, and we hadn't had Mickey sign yet. So I made sure to let Donald know he was signing the bag before Mickey was. And he like did this little happy dance and shook his little tail feathers.
That's Donald.
Yeah, he was, and he number one, and then he was looking at our shirts because we were all wearing Rapunzel gear that day and making the motions of like, what's up? Where am I? Like, why aren't you wearing Donald gear? And my husband just so happened to have on a hat that had a Donald on the side. And so then he got to do a little thumbs up dance around my husband and high fives. And it was, it was cute.
All right. So let's get into some of the tips. What'd you learn new? Anything new on this trip that you hadn't really known before?
I learned that we never veer from our family rule of we don't go into a queue that says it's more than a 30-minute wait.
That's my wife has always said that too. Yeah. Did you try one of those?
Flight of Passage. Yeah, we did. We actually had ridden it that morning with a fast pass, and I posted on the Facebook page a picture of my daughter meditating at the end of our 2.5 hour wait for Flight of Passage. It was a posted wait time of 90 minutes when we entered the queue. The kids were begging. They had that day was the first time they'd ridden it. They loved it. They said, "Oh, we just that's all we want to do is we want to ride it again." So we caved, and against our better judgment, and said, "Okay, this is our only day at Animal Kingdom. We'll do it." And I tried to explain to them how long a 90-minute wait was. Like, this is how long it took us almost to drive from Nana and Pop Pop's house all the way here. Like, this is a long wait. It's fine. We'll do it. Well, the ride kept breaking down. And my sister and her husband were about 20 minutes ahead of us in line. And we were texting back and forth. And she said, someone barfed on the ride. And I was like, oh no. I said, we just got the announcement that wait times might be extended. And then that happened 4 more times after that. So I don't know. 90 minutes turned into 2.5 hours, and our early departure from Animal Kingdom turned into an 8:30 departure from Animal Kingdom. So it was okay.
Yeah. Well, I just learned something about that Flight of Passage ride, which almost happened to me.
Yeah. So we also, kind of learned that taking the minivan really makes the most sense and is worth most of its value if you do it to Magic Kingdom and from Magic Kingdom, because they'll pick you up in the bus loop, and cabs, they have to stop at the Ticket and Transportation Center.
Oh, yeah.
So, taking the minivan over a cab is better in that situation. But we lifted to Disney Springs, and it was $5 from our hotel.
Wow.
I think my husband had a percentage off coupon for Lyft at that point, but still, I think at most it would have been 10, maybe. It's just it was trial and error, and it could change. I think there's value in minivan in certain situations, like if resort to resort, maybe park to park if you don't want to have to go to the Ticket and Transportation Center and you're going to or from Magic Kingdom. But $25, it's a lot if you're going round trip, $50 to go round trip. So I think it made the most sense at Magic Kingdom to bypass Ticket and Transportation
Perfect.
Center.
Good advice. Hey, what else? Anything went differently than you planned?
Yes, we made a rookie mistake, and I made a rookie mistake and did not recheck park hours after we had made our touring plan. So we figured out on the morning of July 3rd, we went out to the bus stop at Swan and Dolphin and said, wow, there's only 3 other families here, but that still seems like a lot if the park doesn't open until 9, because it was about 6:45. Yeah. And so my husband says, pull up park hours and just make sure. And sure enough, they had changed the park hours to open at 8, which made that our guest reservation at 8:05 no longer extremely beneficial, we thought, as far as getting in before the park opened.
Yeah.
So we went back and forth along the bus on, do we cancel it? Do we try and push it out and then cancel it? Or what do we do? Do we keep it? What do we do? So I said, let's just, we finally decided just to keep it and see what happened. And we got into the reservation line. They let us in at 7:45. We parked our stroller down by the mine train. And as we're walking back to our reservation at Be Our Guest, the man working out front of the mine train waves us over and says, you guys want to ride before your breakfast reservation? And so we actually did still get the ride on the mine train, even though it was before breakfast instead of after. So my husband, being the thinker that he is, says, okay, well, if we're a little late for our reservation, that's no big deal. So we headed over to Peter Pan and got on Peter Pan with only a 10 to 15 minute wait.
Good for you.
Yeah. And then we got on the carousel and rode that one time around and made it to our breakfast reservation by 8:25. So we were 20 minutes late, but they don't care. There was no issue. So
not a lot of people there. Yeah. That's Brian Wall tip. Well, you worked it.
Yeah. I
Nice
heard
job.
that from him.
That's nice. I love that. Good job. All right. Anything? Tell me something. What's your best advice for the newbies?
It's advice that I still have to remind myself to take over and over again. And that is, just relax and don't try to do everything. Just try to, and this trip we did that. We scrapped our Magic Kingdom plans one morning because we were all tired. The kids were still sleeping. And we canceled our Be Our Guest reservation for that morning, or moved it out so we could cancel it. Because, at some point, you can schedule it down to the half hour, and that's great to be prepared and be planned. But that morning walking around the hotel with my daughter and just pressing pennies and going swimming and getting breakfast at the hotel, that was nice. That was really nice. And that's one of my best memories from this trip. So plan as best you can, but don't be adverse to scrapping that plan one day if you need to, or changing the plan wherever you need to change it. Boy,
this is the number one thing. We hear that all the time. I always thought that. I didn't realize everyone thought that.
Yeah. I mean, it took me, like I said, I still have to, I'm a type A person. I still have to remind myself of that. And that morning it was one of those self-talks of, okay, this is fine. This is going to be fine. Breathe. It's okay. You don't have to be there.
There's the advice right there for you guys that get stressed out about all the plans that you made that you want to stick to. That's the time. You're right. You got to have that little chat with yourself.
And along those same lines, whenever something goes wrong, like what happened to us when we realized the park hours had changed, it's very easy to get upset and be like, oh gosh, this isn't going to work out the way I thought, but it worked out better. It was fine. It worked out fine. We got on Peter Pan and the carousel and Mine Train and still had breakfast, and it was fine. No problem.
Yeah. And I think even if you have a mishap, Disney can make things better. Be nice about it.
Absolutely. Be nice.
You'll recover.
Absolutely. It'll be fine.
I know the monorail being shut down is frustrating. Been there, done that.
Yeah. That was the one thing that kind of made me lose it one trip. That was the one time I kind of.
I know that's the one that can make you lose it. But even then, we can.
Well, it was 3 times in one day that trip, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. Any other great strategies and tips?
Obviously the Be Our Guest breakfast to ride the Mine Train. That is a go-to for us. We will do that every Magic Kingdom day that we have planned just because the kids love it. Okay. We love it. So why not have an extra go on it if you can?
Yeah.
We also do kind of the same strategy with Garden Grill to rope drop Soarin', because we often fast pass Test Track because that's my son's favorite ride. So we have really good luck with Garden Grill before park open. Get in line for Soarin', ride that right away, go to Frozen Ever After. We usually have about a 20-minute wait, and then fast pass Test Track. Take a midday break. Just enjoy your resort. Just enjoy where you are. I mean, because the pool and the downtime is part of the vacation too.
All right. I think we got it pretty much well covered there, Amberly. How about something that you didn't know before this trip?
I didn't anticipate or know how little shade there would be in Toy Story Land. There is none. So wear your sunscreen and take your cooling towels and lots of water. It really is. It did stand out to us immediately. It was, there's nothing. There's nowhere to escape. We sat down at a table with an umbrella over it at Woody's Lunchbox, and still somehow the umbrella provided no shade. So we were fascinated. Like, there's an umbrella here, but there's no shade. How is that possible? So
maybe, how were the crowds for you for Toy Story? I mean, you were there the second day, right?
We were there the second day, and I was amazed at how easy it was to get into Toy Story Land. And actually, it wasn't crowded. I think everyone ran and got in line for Slinky Dog, because that Slinky Dog line wrapped out of Toy Story Land around. So I just was looking around like, where is everybody? And then I realized, oh, they're all over there in line for Slinky Dog. So my best advice for that is if you can get a fast pass for Slinky Dog, obviously that's a thing to do. We rope dropped Alien Saucers, then went straight to Toy Story after that and didn't have a long wait. Yeah, Slinky Dog's definitely the fast pass to have. But the crowd wasn't bad as far as the rest of the land goes.
And Toy Story Mania. So how does the fast passes work now with Slinky Dog? And Toy Story Mania was the one that you had to get. Are they tiered?
Yeah, everything in Toy Story Land is tier 1. So you have to pick between Slinky Dog, Alien Saucers, or Toy Story Mania. And then everything else in the park is tier 2. Okay,
there you go. Perfect. Yeah. Wow, you did an awesome job. I love the energy and the passion for your trip, Amberly. Did we miss anything? Is there anything else you want to say before we...
As all of the geeks know who follow the Facebook page, I rode Tower of Terror for the very first time. And it was amazing.
Oh, how did I miss that? I don't know that I'm like...
I might have left it out of my notes. I don't know.
It's not in your notes, but I usually... I'm pretty attuned in what's going on in the Facebook group. Yeah. Really? So first time, were you afraid to go on it?
Well, it's one of, a little, but I was going to try and say no, but a little. It's one of those things that I would have never pushed to ride because with the kids, we would have to do rider pass or switch pass. And so my husband is more of the thrill ride person than I am. So I always just let him do those things and I stay with the kids. Yeah. And then I never switch off just because, we can go do something else. This time my sister and my brother-in-law were with us. I had people to ride it with me and I didn't have an excuse. So I told my sister, I said, I think I'm going to do this. So it was a lot of fun. I loved it. I want to do it again.
Were you white as a ghost when you got off?
No, I wasn't. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Oh, no. Good. Did you get a good picture?
Well, I forgot to tap my magic band. And then in the Facebook group, I forget her name, but someone told me that I could go to a photo pass kiosk and have them pull it up for me. And then I just never did.
Well, I don't. You don't really have to tap your magic band. It should be on your account. Mine goes right straight to it no matter what I do.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I thought too. We were having a few issues with our photo pass, so I'm not sure what was going on, but maybe I'll look back through and make sure that it didn't upload later or something. But I'll have to try and track that down.
Well, it's exciting to face if it is a fear, and if you've never gone, that's one of my second favorite rides in the whole place. So I'm glad you got a chance to do it.
I did. I still haven't done Rock and Roller Coaster, and that's not on the agenda. But
well, now as your kids get older, they're gonna tempt you to go.
I don't know. My son, poor thing, he just is not a thrill ride kid.
Oh, okay. All right. Then maybe you'll get off the hook a little bit.
I have a feeling that my husband and my daughter will be the ones doing the thrill rides while I wait with my son. But that's okay. That's okay.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, I'm very glad to. Thank you for asking me. I really had a good time talking to you.
Same here. We'll see you in the Facebook group, maybe in the parks one of these days.
I'd love to. That'd be great.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Wow, what another great guest on the show. You know, someone who's been a listener of the show for a long time. Amberly, you did such a great job on your trip report. I love it when you can talk and tell us all about great details. So proud of you being a super geek. Now, if you want to come on the show and be a super geek, please get in touch with me. I've got some great shows coming up. But hey, let me talk about one that we just had last week. And I want to thank Melissa Koschel for her intro. She was one of our super geeks and guests on last show talking about Run Disney. Wow, did we get some great feedback from that show? I'm looking especially on our Facebook group. I love it when you guys put in all your feedback in the Facebook group. I do a posting there every Monday for the release of our podcast. I put a picture there and a little write-up on what the show was all about. But I got 42 comments on this posting, and they all kind of went like this. Let me read you a couple. Allison Lee, thank you so much for posting in the Facebook group. And she says, thank you for another great episode. I have to say, I was really dreading heading to a new job today. It was scary and nerve-wracking. I know that anxiety, Allison. I know it can be, but I love this comment. But this podcast made me feel so much better on my commute. Thank you, Holly and Melissa, for being such an inspiration, and Kurt for bringing some Disney happiness to my blah of a day. Well, I don't know if that's a blah of a day. going on a new job, Allison. But thank you for your comment. I'm going to read one more. There's so many here and so great. But how about Gracie McKean? I have to admit, I've always thought running as a form of exercise is terrible. It reminds me of those terrible days in gym class when I had to do the timed mile. Ugh, if anything could get me to run as a form of exercise, it's the lure of doing so. At Disney, my husband and I are seriously thinking about training for Star Wars 5K and taking our first Disney trip without kids. This timing of the episode was perfect for me. Gracie, great comments. I was worried about this show. I haven't done a Run Disney one. I know it's kind of a niche thing, right? Not everybody is going to be a runner in our community, but it's, as far as downloads and everything, it's doing just great. And I love getting all these fantastic comments when I post this in Facebook. Keep that up. It really encourages me. And I love to hear everything that you're loving about the podcast. I really want you to listen after the music ends today. We've got like 20 minutes of bonus chit chat, just like we did in the last episode. I don't know if this is something that's going to just continue the chit chat that we have. And it's just totally unsolicited. It's fantastic. A little bit about DVC, I think we get on to. So enjoy that extra 20 minutes. And I want to tell you the orders that you guys put in for the t-shirts with Auntie Judy are on their way to you. Judy sent them out just this weekend. I got mine. I got a red, white, and blue tie-dye one. I am really loving it. Wore it last night on the Facebook Live show. Hey, I want to remind you about the bounce back offer that our Traveling Tiaras travel agents are promoting. Go out to your email if you want to learn about that, travelingtiaras@gmail.com. Email the ladies, Auntie Judy and Mama, and they will tell you all about a bounce back offer for next spring if you're going. I think this fall, anytime right now, it's through the fall. Look at the dates. Check them out with Mama and Judy, and that is a great offer because it includes free dining. Well, we love helping people go to Disney World, and we want you to enjoy it. Not only with our podcast and all the great guests we have coming on, our great community, and all the great information we give out for free. And we also have some free advice because we're Disney World travel experts. We're official Fairy Tale Concierge travel agents along with EJ Cruz and Jennifer Galambos. And Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized Disney vacation planner agency. Do you want to go to Disney World, Disneyland, or do you want to go on a Disney cruise? Let's develop your plan. Why should you use us as a travel agent? Well, we're experts in Disney World. We've been podcasting about Disney World for over 4 years and going to Disney World for 19 years plus. And we've stayed at practically all the resorts and ate at most of the restaurants. We'll help you maximize your fun and enjoyment of the resorts and parks. We'll help you book the best resort and vacation package to fit your individual needs, including discounts and park tickets. We'll teach you how to leverage the FastPass system, the My Disney Experience app, and help you book the best dining reservations so you can get the most out of your days in the parks without waiting in those long lines. Have you seen those people in the park waiting miserably in those long lines? They didn't have any kind of plan. So why don't you leverage our experience? Is that something you want? Email Mama and Judy at travelingtiaras@gmail.com or go to our website geekinonwdw.com/advice and we'll get in touch with you to set up a free phone call. The best part about our show are the friends we meet and the trip ideas we share. Let me give you 3 different ways that you can join us in our Geekin family. We've got an email list and a Geekin Gazette. It's a newsletter and we send it out every week, and each week we email our favorite news story from Walt Disney World, a planning or money-saving tip, and something interesting that our community is talking about. When we have discounts from Disney World and those packages, we'll let you know about those. And when you sign up for our email list, you're going to get a planning spreadsheet. We use this to plan and track our days, the ADRs, the fast passes, park hours, which park we're in. We like to fill that all out and text it to ourselves so everybody knows what the plan is. Keep it on your phone. It's really handy. We also have a travel packing checklist that you'll get. I know I've got so many things to remember, and I love checklists. And you don't want that horrible feeling on the way to the airport or on that drive, that long drive down to Disney World, that you forgot something. So go out to our website, geekinonwdw.com. Sign up for the Geekin Gazette, the private Facebook group. It's always hopping. There's some great folks out there talking about Disney World. And if you want to join and be a part of our Geekin family on Facebook, just do a search for us, and then you'll find that it's a closed and private group. You'll get 3 questions. I love to get that feedback and read the answers to the questions that I put out there for you. We get great positive feedback on the Facebook group. It's one of the best discussion groups on Disney World out there for sure. If you want to qualify for that, you got to have a passion for Walt Disney World and your vacations. You listen to our show, you got a fun and positive attitude. Search for that group again out on Facebook. Request an invite, and once you're inside, please introduce yourself with those 3 fun facts about Walt Disney World. There's one out there right now where everybody is responding back to. I love it. Come on, join us and say hi. Facebook Live has been awesome. I've been doing this on usually like a Thursday or Friday night around 7 p.m. Eastern, and I put those out on the Facebook group also. You can watch them afterwards. I'm usually chatting with someone about their upcoming trip or a trip that they just took, and I love talking to some of the new people. It's a great opportunity for you to meet me and me to meet you, so come out and check out Facebook Live. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can email me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. I will respond back to you and give you some of the guidelines for coming on the show. It's really easy. It's just a fun chat with me, right? And the technology isn't that hard. I've not had any problems getting people on the show and sharing their Disney World trips. You can get me on the Twitter, geekinonwdw. We also have a voice recording hotline. It's called Geek Speak, and the number there is 860-294-4774. Thanks for supporting our show, guys. Retweeting our Twitter posts, sharing our Facebook episode postings. I'm even doing a little Instagram now and again. Keep telling your friends about the show. Thank you so much, guys, for all your support. I love going geeking on Walt Disney World with you. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true.
Saw the funny part.
That's funny how movies can be like that.
I know, right? Yeah.
All right, you're sounding great. I was just trying to install something. It was funny, my Skype password, I forgot it. I didn't have it down. Lindsay we just bought a family software for password management. So I'm just kind of installing it for different stuff. So I was doing that when you called.
So how does that work? Is it just let you know what passwords go with what accounts? And
yeah, you basically install this. We're using the one called LastPass, and you put all of every time you want to use something, you put your password into LastPass, and then it's got all these hooks into whatever you're trying to sign into. So it just like signs you right in.
Oh, nice.
You put your password in there one time, you manage you manage them all in one place, essentially. Then you never have to know what it is. She told me, I've been wanting to do this for forever. Yeah. And she had bought an account last year, and she said, it's coming up to renew. And mom just got an iPad. Okay. And so she said, it's due. What do you say? She was going to set up mom's iPad for her. So yeah, I said, let's do it. And I can't stand passwords. Drive me nuts. I'm setting up 3. You're one of 3 I'm doing this week.
Oh, wow.
I just couldn't I couldn't help myself. It's I was going to try to do Brianna Lopez, EJ, and Holly on one show, but I couldn't get them all together. So I said, all right, I'll do Brianna's alone, and then I'll do the other 2 guys.
Yeah.
So
those are some really cute pictures that they took.
Yeah, wasn't it awesome?
Yeah, I hated it. I missed EJ by just a few days when she first started posting her. When she first started posting her countdown, I thought, hold on, wait a minute. We might overlap. And then I realized, no, I left before she got there. Yeah. And then Brianna, I was following Facebook, and we were always at opposite parks. It was always opposite of each other. So
yeah. Yeah, I know how it goes.
Yeah.
I know exactly. Let's see if I dig up my notes here. Oh, this is not installing. Well, I'm failing that, so it doesn't look like it's installing. I was trying to do it for Skype.
Yeah.
But because Skype's a little different, it's like a desktop app, and the other ones are. I've started doing some of the website ones. All right, let's close all that stuff. You are ready to go, I bet, huh?
I'm ready when you are, or we can sit here and chat. I don't care.
No, we're gonna get right. Yeah, we're kind of gonna just sit here and chat. I know we talked for like an hour last.
I know.
the test.
I gotta warn you, I'm a rambler and a talker, so I don't shut up unless you might have to steer me in the right direction.
It's like the podcast I just put out with Aaron and Jennifer.
Oh yeah.
I asked 5 questions and I just stayed out of the way.
I love it. I listened to that one this morning. Yeah, that was good.
Good.
That's got to be good for you.
Golly. They just went. Turned them on and they went.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do that, and I'm no stranger to going off on a tangent. So just reel me back in if you need to.
I'll try. Well, you've got some fantastic notes.
Good.
I mean, so I try to keep it to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And so if I reel you in or if I cut something off short, it's probably because I'm trying to keep it to an hour and a half.
No, I completely understand.
You good with that?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Hey, most people go shorter than that, so I'm one of the big ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I appreciate that. I don't like the short ones. I want the longer ones.
I want to get as much out of it as I can.
Agree.
So I think, yeah, I didn't read through every last detail, but you went to Toy Story, right? That's the big thing.
I did. That's the big thing. Yeah.
You're my first Toy Story official interviewer.
I know. I feel so honored. I feel special.
That's awesome. When did you go? Last week? Yeah. When were you there?
We were there. We actually arrived at Disney World the day Toy Story Land opened on June 30th, but we opted to wait to go until the following day on July 1st.
Right. Okay.
So we were there day 2.
Excuse me. All right. Yeah. Take a little drink of water here.
Right.
I think I'm ready to go, Amberly.
I'm ready when you are.
Awesome, Amberly.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You did awesome.
I hope so.
I'm so excited for yours. And I got Brianna tomorrow night. And then I got EJ. He's going to be off the
I can't wait.
EJ and Holly are going to be off the hook.
I can't wait. That's going to be awesome.
You know what? Was I telling you when we were talking?
Yeah.
Oh my God. The people in this group are so outstanding. Wait till you hear the energy of Brianna. She's
oh my gosh, she just looks like a ton of fun.
She's in your face with Disney. So that's the way she describes herself.
I love it. I love it.
Wait, this is gonna be a good week.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for you hearing all these stories.
Yes, and thank you for all that Toy Story. That was spot on. That was great.
No, I feel like I could go on and on and on about it. It was really a lot of fun.
So glad to hear that. Yeah. And I got a lot of good stuff I'm going to use on my trip. I gotta get my must-do list going. You got some good ones in there. So this, I think I got 2 shows before this one.
Okay.
Got one. Yeah, I recorded 2 last. I was looking before I got on with you. I was like, where am I? Cause I was so far ahead. Now I think I only got 2 ahead of you. So, and I might throw in a live trip. I got to get my live trip reports done too. So there might be 3 in front of you.
But, I love those.
Yeah. So I got to watch out or I won't have them all put out there before I go again.
Well, that just means you have to go more often.
I'm only halfway through, I think. Yeah. Halfway through the year. Because I'm only doing them like once a month. Unless I release something like midweek or something.
Yeah, I love it. I know that everybody says this, but I love the coffee walks. It just...
Isn't that funny? That feedback is... That whole thing came out of someone who I listened to about podcasting, and he had this show that I always forget the name of it, but he would walk around his neighborhood talking into his microphone about his life, podcasting, business, just everyday things. And I found it. I really liked that one. He had one that he always talked about that he really liked from someone in Europe. And so I kind of, I was like, I'm going to adapt that for when I'm in Disney World, especially in the resorts or when I'm in the park, when we're kind of going from, if I can get some candid opinions from Mom or Judy or even a guest or something. So it's funny how people say that. I take that feedback and, try to put more of my personality or more of my personal life into the show. I think that people like to hear that.
I think it really appeals to me because I'm a morning person too, and I'm usually up before anybody else in my family. And so that's the time where I really like to just absorb the beauty and the greatness of where I am. And just get my coffee and just hang out. And, you run through the parks all day and through your meals and through this and everything's so much fun. But it's those quiet moments before everything starts. That are
the
nice.
The peaceful time in the resorts is, that's my thing. No one else is up. I think you hear me from these live ones. When we were you love Bay Lake Tower. So, what I would do is go down to Contempo Cafe to get my coffee, and I would just sit there like right in front of Chef Mickey's and record my thoughts. And then, if I thought of something on the way up, I'd turn it back on and say something there too. But didn't take very long to walk that, I always had more to say than.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's nothing better at Bay Lake Tower. I think that's one of my draws to Bay Lake Tower is that, that view when you come out of your room and you round into those elevator bays and there is that beautiful sunrise.
You've heard me probably say that, and that was,
Oh, it is breathtaking and beautiful. And I've posted pictures before on my personal Facebook page of, I know that this looks way better than where you are. Good morning. This is fantastic. So I love that.
Where's your favorite room in Bay Lake Tower?
I don't really know. We always get a lake view because I do love the electrical water pageant, but it is loud if you have little kids trying to sleep at night.
Funny?
So, but my kids are getting older. My son's 10, my daughter's 6, and she's a mature 6-year-old. So I think we could stay there again, and they can stay up late and still do early for a couple days. I think we could do it again. We haven't stayed at Bay Lake in a while just because, we've just gotten better deals in the Epcot area at Boardwalk and Beach Club and Dolphin and all of that. So, but we stayed at the Poly for 9 days last June. And then, I don't know when the last time we stayed at Bay Lake was before that, but it was it was on our very first trip. We stayed 1 night at Art of Animation and then 4 nights at Bay Lake.
Yeah.
And I fell in love. And I think that might have something to do with why I love it so much. It's our first trip, nostalgia, but
absolutely. That's, we struggled when we were getting our points, whether it was going to be Beach Club or Bay Lake Tower, but we're happy.
Yeah. So when did you guys decide to buy DVC?
2010.
Okay.
So we're like 8 years into it now.
Yeah.
Time flies.
We talk about it a lot. It's just,
it's a big jump.
Go back and forth.
It's a big jump. Oh, I know all about it. It took me 10 years before I bought it. And just one day we said, all right, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, we know we're going to keep going back, but I think it's just being a single income family right now and just trying to.
Oh, I know.
The kids are little, so it's still, we go back and forth, but I do think it probably would be a good investment for us.
Yeah. I mean, you've probably heard me say, I think, if you got to be the type of people who would go to Disney World on a regular basis, once a year or every other year at least. And you have to be wanting to do the deluxe resorts. If that's your thing, then, it makes sense. I can't, it's hard for me to talk now because the costs to me seems like it's gone up exponentially high since I bought even.
Oh yeah.
But, I think, you could start small. Yeah. Too, but
I think we would probably go resale market if we decided to do it just because I know we lose some of the perks, but
I know.
You know.
No, I know. I've talked to a lot of people. That's what they're doing. So I don't know. You'd think it would settle down a little bit.
You would think.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I bought, they said I bought with all the perks they were running. It was a Black Friday deal. Got a little bit off there, but it ended up being $97 a point.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And then they told me I bought in November. They said no pressure at all. They really weren't. And I thought they were, I don't know. They told me it was going to go up to like 150 a point because they were getting close to that point where they were close to selling out. And I think they were going to say, well, if you really want to get in on Bay Lake Tower, then, you know, it's going to cost $150 a point starting in, I think, February or March the next year. And they did. Mm-hmm. They went up. I was like,
wow.
Like, that was a big jump.
Yeah. Well, you know, we talk about it often, but the maintenance fees also are kind of what.
It's exactly, that's, you're telling, I mean, you're not, that's what I struggle with. Like that's why if you listen to my tip there, because you could, for the month, I have 250 points and it's 1,200, I think, for maintenance fee. So for $1,200, I could stay at Pop for a week. For a week.
Right.
Although with what I have, I could do 2 weeks now. I could do 2 weeks in my kids, I kind of bought late. My kids were, so if that's 8 years ago, my son Harry was 18 years old. So my oldest was 18. So we kind of, we did wait. Mm-hmm. I mean, we knew that it was going to be for Mom and I mostly.
Yeah.
Although we have definitely taken the whole family. We've leveraged that. And I couldn't believe they all went with us in January.
Yeah.
For a week.
I ran into a woman at a beach club when we stayed there in 2015. We were at the marketplace and I was shopping around. And I struck up this conversation with this woman and she said she was a DVC owner at Beach Club. And so I kind of picked her brain a little bit. And she said, I said, I don't know. I know that our kids are going to grow up and might not want to come to Disney World with us. And she goes, oh, honey, my kids are 26 and 24 and they're here with me now. Like, don't even worry about that. So
I wasn't worried about Lindsay. I thought the boys, I didn't know what they would want to go with their parents anywhere, never mind Disney. But my son Harry, she begged him to go. And like I said, he's 26. He lives in Boston and he came down for a week. And he had a great time. I don't know why he has fun with us. I have no idea. I don't question. He seems to like us. I don't know. He's very independent. But he calls home. He just bought a house, matter of fact. And, but he calls, it's kind of cute. He calls, we were coming home from Judy's house Saturday night. I think we were over there having pizza and planning our trip and shooting the breeze. And he calls on the way home and he's always, I think he's at that age where he's like, I really want to thank you for, paying for my college and, all that you did for me. You guys were great parents. He's been throwing that on us a lot lately, but, I don't know. So it's kind of cute that he's
That's
still
so sweet.
We really wanted to go to Wildwood this year, but he can't get out of work. I think I might still be going down to the beach. I'm going to try.
Oh yeah.
I haven't planned it yet, but, seriously thinking about doing that. But yeah, so my kids still like to go on vacation with us. And I knew my wife that was not a question. When she goes and finds something that she likes, she's like, she's not adventurous. She wants to do the same thing kind of all the time. So yeah, I knew that was,
sometimes I think my Disney World stuff gets a little bit on my husband's nerves. I think he'd like to go somewhere else sometimes, but he loves it too. So he's not going to fight me on it.
And I think, I've read things where people trade out to like RCI for the vacation points. And I'd read that they were not pleased with the accommodation stuff, but I've had people at work I've talked to. I remember one woman, she went out to, Baja, California, or whatever like the Mexican coast. And she said that it was unbelievable. she was like an old time, she was like a old Key West, like from the very first. And she said it was fantastic. She was raved. And she said they hadn't stayed in Disney for a while and they've really enjoyed the accommodations that they did. So, I mean, you got so many options. You got Hawaii, you've got the Hilton Head. You got Vero Beach in Florida. So there's obviously California's Disneyland. So yeah,
and we always say at we always say at DVC Resort, we always say deluxe resort. So that's kind of we're the perfect profile to buy, but
it is
hard.
I know. I'm telling you, I stretched myself to do it. It was a stretch, but I said, you know what?
Yeah.
It was probably one of those moments. I've had a lot of them more since then, but like we've had, you have events in your life and you go, you know what? This is what we want to do. We'll live for doing our trips to Disney World.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Exactly.
You have those.
No, I feel the same way.
You have those. I had a guy at work. This is still kind of hitting me. He was 51 years old and walking his dog and had a massive heart attack and died about a month ago.
Yeah.
So these things, we're all living in this world. We all know.
We all know. Yeah.
Well,
you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. In the long run, does anyone ever at the end of their life think, oh, wow, I wish I'd worked more or had more money? No one ever thinks that.
It's kind of why I did the podcast. It's the same kind of philosophy to accentuate that passion, to enjoy it even more,
No, I think that's sometimes I feel like, I spend too much time focusing on like Disney stuff and researching Disney stuff, but then I'm like, you know what, this is what I enjoy. So I focus on my kids. I focus on Disney. Those are the things in my life that make me happy. And
exactly.
Life is short.
Definitely enjoy your passions. That's it.
Yeah.
Enjoy them, then accentuate them and live them.
Exactly.
Like you said, your kids are little and stuff. I have the time for the podcast because my kids are all grown. I never would have been able to do it when they were, young and doing all the activities and stuff. I've told people
they just suck up so much of your time, don't they?
Yeah, they're exhausting. And
I think I posted on the Facebook page, I'm sorry I've been absent geeks, that my children being home from school are killing my social life and my social media life.
I always laugh. I told my kids, I don't have any friends. I haven't had any friends for 20 years.
No, you're friends with the parents of your friends' kids.
Exactly.
And some of them are okay and they're fine, but it is funny because it seems like in my life, a lot of conversations with these people lead back to Disney on my end, and I see their eyes kind of start to glaze over, like, oh my God, is she talking Disney again? So like, I try and tune in to be aware of that and be like, okay, bring it back. No, they don't want to hear about this, but it's nice to have an outlet for this.
Oh, good. Well, we're glad to be that for you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Have a good night.
Thanks. You too. I'm glad we got to chat.
Yep. See you later.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.